Chase Hockey, Blue Futon, and if you watch my first review, movie list, whatever you want to call it. But now, here's the most underrated movies of 2019. And these are the ones that are on Rotten. And I don't think they're good movies, or they could be great movies, or very fantastic movies, but the critics just didn't click with these movies. So, number 10, I'm going with The Goldfinch. Was The Goldfinch a good movie? Yes and no. It did have its thumbs up, it did have its thumbs down. It had a good story to it, but it just dragged on a little bit too long in the middle of the movie where he's in Vegas with Luke Wilson's character. There's a little bit of drag in that character, or in that situation with Finn Goldstein, whatever his name is from Stranger Things, is it as well. But the movie isn't as bad as what the critics are saying, given like a 25 in the 30% range. It is not that bad of a movie. Is it slow? Yes. Is it a good movie? It does have its up and downs, but being that low on the tomato meter is not right. There is a lot of redeeming qualities with the Goldfinch. And if you have time, like I said, it is 2.5 hours. But I do recommend, I do think it is worth a watch. Number 9, we're going with Angel Has Fallen. It is a third in the trilogy of Olympus, London, and Angel. This is a great action movie. Gerard Butler, Morgan Freeman, Tim Blake Nelson, they do a great job in this movie. It is a great action movie that it's turn off your brain and have some fun with it. I mean, the thing is in the 40s and 50s for the critics, so it's not like panned as awful, but it had great action set pieces, great scenarios in this movie, and it was a breeze. It went by quick, and you're like, oh, that was a quick 2-hour movie, and I enjoyed it, and it didn't need to be that low on the tomato meter. Number 8, we're going with a January movie, Escape Room. I'm pretty sure this is a 50 flat on Rotten Tomato. Escape Room actually blew my mind for a January horror movie. It was unique. The escape rooms were fun to watch. It was an interesting premise, and they are making a second one. Yes, the ending kind of make no sense with like a plane scene. It was like, okay, we're going really, really, really off the wall with this. But the actual scenarios, the people playing the parts, they did their acting really well. The scenarios were really well done. The escape rooms scenarios were just cool, unique, and a fun premise. And I think Escape Room is a good time at the movies and a great January movie. 50%, it's not a bad movie, but I think it should be a little higher. Yeah. Number 7, an August movie, Where'd You Go Bernadette? This one got in the 30s and 40s with the Rotten Tomatoes. I understand why people might not like this movie. Cate Blanchett, Christian Wiig. It is a very interesting premise about architecture. The kind of girl has schizophrenia, Cate Blanchett's character, and to get back in that vibe, she needs to go out of her home and go to Antarctica and build the new, station in Antarctica. I found this movie interesting, unique, fun, and I enjoyed it. Like, it was one where you're just like, oh, this is a very nice movie. It had no action set pieces, like a little landslide of mud, but overall, it was fun. It was unique. And I had a good time with Cate Blanchett and following her around with her endeavors of going through her ups and downs in life. I really did. Didn't need to be panned. It should have gotten done better in the box office, but not a lot of people said, Where'd You Go, Bernadette? If you find it, I recommend watching it. Number 6, Stupor. This is one that actually started off strong in the Rotten Tomato meters, and it did pretty good to the 40s. This is a violent, R-rated comedy that basically pokes fun at everyone in this movie. It is a fun time at the movie. Stop, phone, just stop. Oh, eye itches. But yeah, Stupor does not need to be this low. It was fun, unique, pretty hardcore action as well for action comedy. I mean, the story, yeah, you've seen the story before, but this is one, it was just a fun time in the movies. It's one of the ones where I think critics need to take the sticks out of their butts and sometimes just know, hey, sometimes we just want to watch a movie that Hollywood makes that's fun. It doesn't have to have a realistic story. It doesn't have to have a realistic plot. It doesn't have to have realistic action. It's just there for fun, good comedy, action, gore, laughs. And that's what Stupor does. Number 5, another movie that I'm pretty sure not a lot of people saw, Jexy. It was an October movie about a phone controlling a person's life. And the whole point of this movie is technology is ruining our lives. We're not taking everything in from the outside. We're not enjoying what's on the outside. All we're doing is looking at our phone. It's a good premise. I enjoyed this movie. It was a fun 88-minute movie in San Francisco. It was short, breezy, to the point. I laughed a lot in this movie. I thought it was hysterical. Critics did not like it. They think it's one of the worst movies of the year, I'm pretty sure. But Jexy, to me, everyone that said they seen it, they enjoyed it. So Jexy's one that I don't think even a lot of critics have even reviewed this movie. I wouldn't be surprised if there's at least 70 or less. But I haven't even checked the tomato meter on that one recently. But Jexy, once it comes out, I recommend watching it. It's only like 88 minutes. There is some silly comedy, but it also is pretty funny. Like the Kid Cudi stuff, that's the weakest part of the movies. But I recommend watching Jexy. Number 4 is actually Don't Let Go. This movie actually went through production hell. It used to be called Relived. They did a lot of editing to it, but this is a murder mystery sci-fi movie about a cop seeing a murder happening to his niece and his brother, but for some reason, his niece calls him 2 weeks later. She's dead, and somehow their paths cross to figure out who killed her and can he save her life. This was unique, fun, interesting premise. I did not see who the bad guy was. I thought it was going to be a couple people, but that was completely false. Don't Let Go. I'm just making sure that's what it's called. Don't Let Go is actually a great time, a unique premise. I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. I mean, yeah, there's some things that you just had to like disbelief, but that's Hollywood for you. Maybe it was the writing more the directing, but Don't Let Go. Don't sleep on this one. This one was a good sci-fi horror, kind of a horror sci-fi mystery murder. If you like those, watch it because it's actually a really good movie. Number 3, Midway. Not a lot of critics like this one, but this was a good action movie. And yeah, of course, the CGI could have been a little better. Yeah, there's other lot of nitpicks of Aaron Eckhart's character wasn't fleshed out. Felt like that was a China plot to put it in the movie because it was Chinese money. But Midway was a good movie. It did okay in the box office. Actually, did a lot better than what people thought it did, but it didn't do good with the critics. Probably in the 40s again, I want to say. But Midway, it's a good Pearl Harbor movie about history that a lot of people don't know about what we did with Japan. And it actually had a lot of Japan side of this movie of what Japan was doing, what we were doing, and how we clashed at Midway. So Midway is a great movie. I enjoyed it. It's worth your time. I do think a lot of people actually, out of the ones on this list, that's probably the one actually people saw the most was Midway. So you might have seen it, you might think it's okay, but I thought it was a good movie and it is worth your time and does not need to be that low on the tomato meter. Number 2, I didn't want to. This one was a weird one because I think it's like the 59-60%. And it keeps changing. The Current War. This blew my mind. The Current War was a fantastic movie about history. Thomas Edison, Westinghouse. I love how the cinematography was. I love the direction of this movie. I love the acting in this movie. Everything kept me intrigued about history in this movie. The Current War director's cut, I've been waiting for it. It's like, where is it coming out on DVD or Blu-ray? Like, there's absolutely no release date for it yet. And it's kind of a bummer because it didn't do that good in the box office again. It only went to like 1,000 screens. But The Current War is a great history drama that needs to be watched by everyone because it goes into the electric chair, light bulbs and everything like that, saying what the good and bad thing over electricity was back in the day. It had a lot of historical accuracies in it. It was a great time. I was intrigued. This is one of the most intriguing movies for me that I saw in theaters, and it is The Current War. Go see it. Find it and go see The Current War. And this, like I said, this kind of is the fresh and rotten line, but Current War was a thumbs up for me. And then the last one, 6 Underground. This is in the 30s, I think, right now on Rotten Tomato. Guys, this is what Hollywood was made to do. 6 Underground was made for Hollywood, or Hollywood was made for 6 Underground to make a balls to the walls, nonstop, action, spectacular, just ridiculousness that that can't happen in real life, but we made Hollywood, or Hollywood was made to show what it can do with special effects, acting, CGI, and just put the realism out the door and let's just enjoy what's on the screen. That is what 6 Underground was for. It was just to have a good time, smile, laugh, look at the action, be like, oh my God, that just happened, and have those great moments of like, you know what, this is a great time, and I'm enjoying a magnetic boat, guys. A magnetic boat. Like, how freaking awesome is that? Like, this is what Hollywood was made to do, and 6 Underground is the most underrated movie because the critics just see Michael Bay, or they think, oh, Michael Bay makes a xenophobic movie, or because it's about America. F off, go watch 6 Underground. So, those are my most underrated movies of 2019. Do you agree with any of them? Or are you like, no, that's a sucky movie. It should be a sucky movie. Or like, no, you know what? That one does deserve a second watching. Or actually, this one should be on the list instead. Let me know in the comments below. Chase like the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know things Bhutanotopia. You Blue Futonians. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Thumbs up. Let's keep life real, guys.